Hello students, this is Professor Kshama Hegde. Today we will just look into the important units for the final exam, Bangalore University, for goods and service taxation. Very important to understand that today scoring for GST might be very easy, yet students ignore the topics. Students they don't concentrate on the important topics what need to be cleared. The main reason is because they fail to provide weightage for every unit under GST. So my concern is to score full marks or the maximum marks possible to score in GST. That's why we'll be discussing about the important topics to be covered from every unit and how much weightage you need to give to a particular concept under each unit. That's what we're going to discuss in this video. Welcome to the video and my channel Ask and Task, where we'll be discussing these topics in my further videos. Today we'll be concentrating only on unit 1, which is very important. So coming to the introduction to GST part, that's unit 1. Mainly under this unit you will be asked theories. There's no other concept which can be asked from unit 1. It's fully theory unit. Very important, because maximum number of questions can be asked from unit 1. Talking from concept of GST, where you have to study about the definitions, where you have to study about what is the meaning and about the dual models, indirect taxation. So small concepts which can be asked for 2 marks have to be covered in the concept of GST. As well as for 5 marks, they can ask you about the importance, objective, scope of GST and the history background. But usually history of GST has been asked in the least manner possible in the previous question papers. So I prefer not to cover that topic in the beginning. If possible, at the end, for your understanding, you can cover the history of GST. So coming to difference between direct and indirect taxation, which can be asked for 5 marks, it's under the same unit. Very important one, because 2 to 3 times the difference between the direct and indirect taxation had been asked for 5 marks. Not more than 5 marks can be asked, because it's a very small explanation which can be given to the topic. So I suggest you to study only for 5 marks, but yet very important one. Coming to features, so in this particular unit, you can only study the features of indirect taxation, because the features of GST, IGST, CGST comes under unit 2. So you can cover that topic in unit 2 and only study about the feature of indirect taxation in unit 1. For 5 marks, or it can come for 15 marks. Very rarely they have asked for 15 marks. Probably they ask for 5 marks. So again, a very important topic to cover under unit 1. And next one is the tax subsummed and not subsummed under GST, which is again a very important topic, because one definite question can be asked from tax subsummed and not subsummed. Here subsummed is which are added back to GST. You had indirect taxation before, right? You had VAT, you had luxury tax, entertainment tax, all these taxes which were there under indirect taxation. But now, which are the taxes which are being added back to, because GST is one tax, one nation. So you have a single taxation policy. So which are those indirect taxes which are added to GST and which are not added under GST, which can be asked for 15 marks. If they ask for 15 marks, they will ask both, which is to explain about tax subsummed and not subsummed. A very brief introduction about the GST can be given for 15 marks, and then we can go for the topic explanation, and that's how we can score 15 marks. For 5 marks, if they will ask only one of the topic, like which are the taxes which are subsummed or which are the taxes which are not subsummed. So this is one you have to focus on. GST dual model is again a 50-50 chances are there where you can expect about the GST dual model for 5 marks. Again, very important, yet you can keep it at the end. Then later on, coming to the importance of GST part, for 5 also and for 15 marks, I can ask you to write about the importance. Very easy. If you study the entire concept, the differences and the features and subsumed, you can answer by your own about the importance of GST, which is a very generic question. So I don't think it can be difficult. It should be difficult for you to study about it, or it should be difficult about answering the question. So try to be more generic, try to give general answer, because it's all not, it cannot be by hearted. It is not where you have to by heart things or to write the concept. So I think it should not be difficult. So don't neglect this question, because it can come for 5 marks. Again, important one. And very, very, very important one, so is your GST council. That is powers and functions. Definitely you have to study this question. You cannot miss this question at all, because one definite question you can expect this year about the GST council, and every question paper, previous question paper, it's repeated. So I suggest you to study this particular concept without fail. You have to study what is GST council, who are the members, how it has been functionalized, what are its powers, all these concepts you have to include in the GST council. So basically, in brief, if I want to just say, please don't forget to study about the definitions under GST. Don't forget to study the tax subsumed and not subsumed, and the importance in GST council. These are major topics which you have to cover under Unit 1. And just want to say, next one will be how many marks can be allotted to Unit 1. And you can expect the Unit 1 in all the sections in your paper this year, 2023. In Section A, you can expect 2 marks question, 1 2 marks question, or maximum of 2 marks question, 2 marks question. And very important chapter for theory again. And total marks, what you can expect is 20 questions, because I've seen the previous slide that around 1 definite question you can expect from Section C, Section B and Section A. So you never know, that more than 20 plus we can expect. And in order to refer these concepts, you can refer the Vision Book House and VS Date, the Taxmans, and the recent edition, because the previous editions, they have no much clarity of the concepts what I've seen. So I suggest you to always refer the recent editions for Unit 1, not only for Unit 1, for all the units of GST, which will be more helpful to you. So this was all about Unit 1. Stay tuned for Unit 2, and all the best.